Hey everybody, here we have today a MacBook Pro. This is an A1398 that came in, and what was happening with this unit is the USBs were not working. It's a high-end unit, it's a little bit old, it's an early 2013, but people that have these 15-inch MacBooks, they love them, so they don't want to let them go. There's really kind of like no replacement for them, unless the new 2016, the new one that just came out, 16-inch, but these things are pretty awesome. So came in, we thought it was going to be a motherboard problem, which would kind of be the typical scenario if you Googled up USB problems on this unit. You would think there's something going on with the board, and many times there is. I thought it was going to be a motherboard issue, but one of the things that we do, and we suggest you're doing if you have this situation, is always take a look, see if there's anything visually creating a problem, check connections, things like that, and sometimes you'll avoid yourself an expensive repair. Not all the time, but if you're one of the lucky ones like this one here, you save yourself some money. So what we did with this unit is, first we opened it up, took a look at it, really had no visible damage, no visible signs of any type of damage at all. So we booted another OS to it just to bypass that. Maybe it's an OS corruption, something like that. So we booted externally another OS, gave us the same problem, and then from there we proceeded to disconnect, reconnect connections. Everything was the same until on this board it has, and it's already closed up, so I don't got the video for that, so I'm just giving you the verbal on it. But the board has the main board, and then it has this little sister board or sub board, and then this has a USB on it as well. So that's basically a clue right there to see what's going on with that. They were both failing. You got one on the right, and you got one on the left. So only two USBs on this thing. So we disconnected this subboard to see, what was going on with that. And that's kind of like the process of just disconnecting boards, flexes, components. Maybe one of them is creating some type of short, and it could resolve the problem. And luckily that was the case. When we disconnected the subboard, then the left USB was working. So, I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that was going to really be the solution, but we gave it a shot. So we ordered a new subboard, popped it in there, and the USBs are working. So that's the left one there, and if we eject that and we go over to the right, where is it? I don't see it. So yeah, the quality of the video is not great. I mean, you really don't need a video for what I'm putting here on this post, but it's just basically I cannot put an audio on YouTube. So there you go. So we got this baby repaired with probably half of the expense of having to go into a motherboard level repair. So there's a tip for you. Check, clean components, give it a first look before thinking the worst possible scenario. And we got another happy customer over here, and that's what's going on here today at PC 911.